Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Be Perfectly Blended. If you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. And if this is your first time, thanks so much for clicking on. In today's video, I'm just bringing you along with me for my weekend. I'm gonna make a yummy chicken casserole, perfect for fall, some grits and eggs for breakfast one morning, along with doing something fun with my grandkids, and of course, getting some chores done around the house. But today is Friday, and so I'm gonna start by getting my hair done. For those who don't know, my daughter is a hairdresser. So yeah, she's giving me a nice little freshen up. And here is the end result. She does an amazing job as always. Now you will see me throughout the video clip my hair up in kind of like a loose bun, and that's just so it won't crease, so I can continue to wear it down when I am out and about. But here we are. It is the next day. It is Saturday. Yeah, look at my dishes. We'll get to those in just a minute. But it is about lunchtime. My grandson is here. We've been hanging out all morning, just enjoying time together. My other son was over watching, the scary movies that are coming on because it's October, of course. So what I'm doing here for lunch today is just making taco meat. You've seen me do it before. I just like to make a large amount, about 1.5 pounds or so of some taco meat. And then I always have tortillas and salad on hand along with some chips. So once the meat is done, I do make my grandson a little burrito, which he enjoyed. But yeah, so my family can have a taco salad. They can make a burrito, whatever they're in the mood for. Whoops, a little foggy, but it smells so good. Here I'm just making a taco salad for my youngest. I do want to put it out there. I do wash my hands often when I'm in the kitchen, especially because I have long nails. Anyways, of course, I can't forget the ranch dressing. And yeah, quick and easy lunch. Let me know in the comments down below, what are typical things you make for lunch on the weekends when you're at home, especially when your family's at home? I tend to kind of go towards the tacos and like chicken strips, fries, sandwiches, that type of thing. But yeah, let me know if you have like a go-to for weekend lunches. Now it's time for mine. A little taco sauce, a little sour cream, and yeah, it was good. Now that everyone's full, I'll go ahead and tackle these dishes here. So I'm just starting with some warm water and Dawn dish soap and a splash of bleach. Wow. There's taco stuff in the fridge. I mean, in the microwave. Taco, you can just do that.
I'm just gonna steal this down, so.
Okay, they have My son was out back trimming some of our raspberry bushes, so I was just letting him know that lunch was ready and where it was at. I really do not have a green thumb. I love the idea of growing my own vegetables and herbs and all that. And I love plants and the way they look. And I really do try, but I do not have a green thumb. My mother, on the other hand, and my oldest son here, who is in college actually for agriculture, both have a green thumb. So I do very much appreciate what he does in the back. Now that the dishes are soaking, I'm going to go ahead and give my sink a nice little scrub down. Fall has really kicked into high gear around here this weekend. We've got a lot of rain and wind, and I'm here for it. today, especially because I don't have to go anywhere. So I do enjoy the weather, obviously, when I'm inside, lighting a candle and all that. So, yeah. But now I am not quite sure what is going on with my hair here. It's like it's like the part that's supposed to be on the other side flopped over. But anyways, so I'm just giving everything a quick wipe down with my antibacterial spray. And then here's my little sign. It says beautiful, but the way it's split up, I say beautiful, at least in my head. Anyways, I noticed it needed to be washed. It had quite a bit of little grease on it, so I threw it in there with some Dawn dish soap. That's one thing I do realize about stuff in the kitchen, which is why I wipe down my canisters and things so much, is over time as you're cooking, the grease, oil, or whatever tends to build up. So that is all done. We're just hanging out, having a good time. It's now dinner time, so I'm going to go ahead and make an easy chicken casserole. As you see, I have a bunch of different types of pieces because, like, my grandson, it's easier for him to do a leg, and my youngest. But I also have chicken thigh with skin on and chicken breast. Now, I do take some butter, and I just coat the dish with butter itself. I did add a little butter to my cast iron here. And I am going to go ahead and place my chicken, aside from the chicken breast, because I don't need to brown the chicken breast. It's skinless. So besides that, but with the chicken legs and the thighs, because they do have skin, I do want to brown them up first, or I put it into the casserole mix. Before I put them in the cast iron, though, I am going to go ahead and season them with just my regular seasonings. Now, I don't add salt right now because the soups tend to have a lot of salt in them, so I kind of wait till later, but I add seasoning, salt, pepper, garlic, and onion powder. Now, in the back pot here, I do have 1.5 cups of water. Some people use 2 cups, but my casserole dish is not square. It kind of dips to a round, so it doesn't hold as much. And so in that back pot, I did add a little bit of chicken flavor there because I don't have a bouillon and I don't have chicken broth. And you don't need to warm it up. I just do because I find it easier when I put the soups in to kind of mix it and incorporate it all together. But you sure don't need to do that. Here I'm just stirring everything together as the chicken's browning. So I do have cream of mushroom, cream of chicken, and cream of celery soup, along with the water and the chicken seasoning, and then I will add the rice here shortly. Here I'm just checking the chicken. I do want my thighs, especially with the skin, to get nice and crisp. Here's what my soup mixture's looking like. It smells so good. Now I'm just adding about 1 cup of rice. I added just a little bit more than 1 cup. Actually, I'd say it's about 1 1/3 cups. And I'm just mixing it all together. This is how I like my chicken thighs to look. So because they look like they're about ready, I'm going to go ahead and put the casserole together so that I can put it in the oven. Just a quick side note, keep in mind that whatever you're using for your chicken now is still, your chicken's still raw. So like I'm using these tongs, and then you want to make sure that you throw those in the sink and grab something else when you're checking on the chicken from here on out, since the chicken will be cooking. So here's what it's looking like, ready to go in the oven. I preheated my oven to 375. I did sprinkle a little extra pepper on top before I put it in. And there we go. Put it in, set it, and forget it, as they say. Here it is about 30 minutes through. I did check on it. I did end up leaving my casserole in for almost an hour. And once it's done, You can see behind me the anticipation between my son and my dog, who of course is not having any of this. You do want to let it set itself for about 10 minutes, 15 minutes after you pull it out, because it is bubbling and yummy and ooey gooey, but super hot. So while that's doing that, which is back behind me, I'm going to go ahead and knock these dishes out. My grandson is running around just having a heyday. Him and my youngest are out in the living room playing. And then my youngest just kind of leaned his head up a little bit and was like, Mom, when is dinner ready? It smells so good. And it does. It smells really, really good, but it's just over there. It's behind me. You can see it a little bit. I just have it sitting there resting. It was boiling hot, so yummy. Just, ooh, all the yummy fall goodness. For this chicken casserole, I just used what I had, you know, the pieces like the chicken thighs and stuff. But I think another great option too would be if I had all chicken breast, to kind of cut it all up and mix it all together and then like crumble some crackers on top with some butter. That would be so good. But anyways, I'll have to do that in the future because, yeah, now it's on my mind. But now that the dishes were done soaking, I gave them just a nice little scrub down. And as you saw, then I rinsed them all off and overloading my dish rack again, as I do, par for the course. And then I will dish out dinner as my family's kind of behind me, stalking me a little bit. Dishes are done, so dinner is finally served. And again, it turned out great, full of a lot of flavor. I really do like the celery and chicken cream of mushroom soup that I used in here. But yeah, turned out great. So, sneak peek into tomorrow. Good morning. It's the next morning. One of my grandsons stayed the night. And today, later on, we're going with my other grandson, my son and daughter-in-law, to go see Sesame and Friends, Elmo and Friends. So we're super excited. But first, I'm going to start with breakfast. I am making some grits, bacon, and eggs. I am putting the hot links, beef hot links, into the eggs because my older son does not eat pork, so he won't be eating the bacon here that is about to smell so yummy once it starts cooking. But anyways, and I am making instant grits, but what I do is I cook them a lot longer than the 5 minutes. I just keep them on the stove, add a little extra water if you need to, and butter, and I just keep stirring. And the longer you do it, the smoother they will come out. So while they're instant grits, you kind of just make the time go a little bit longer, and they don't taste like instant grits. They turn out creamy and yummy. Anyways, you also saw here I'm stirring very slowly because I added the water. And as it starts to boil, I will turn it down. Look at my handle going crazy there. I do turn it down, and then I just keep stirring. And you will see some lumps that will form, and I just push them against the side and then continue to stir to smooth it all out. And you saw earlier I have a blue cup of water next to the stove. My husband actually told me about this. So you just keep a cup of water there, and whenever you're done stirring, that's where you set the spoon so that it doesn't become a big hard glob and a mess when you get ready to do the dishes. You just put the spoon in the water, and it'll keep the grits from sticking to the spoon. And as you saw, it is a beautiful morning, fall morning, so it is going to rain later today, but we avoided the rain. It was on and off, but it was not raining when we went out later, so that's great. And here I am putting the spoon into the cup there, and again, it just keeps the grits from becoming hard onto the spoon. I do season my grits with salt and pepper, and of course, add butter. And you do this to your taste preference. I know some people like it a little more than others. I like mine a little sweet, so when I fix my bowl, I just take it out of the pot, however I've done it with the seasoning and all that, and then I will add sugar to mine. So now I'm going to go ahead and scramble eggs. I am just adding the eggs to the skillet here that I already put our beef hot links in. And then I'm going to go ahead and add milk and scramble it up. We got a lot going on this morning. It's a lot of fun, but a lot of movement. So I'm just trying to get everybody fed. And now I'm just going to go in again and continue to stir the grits. Now, I was not raised on grits. I was raised with oatmeal, and my husband was raised on grits, but not instant grits. So I've kind of taken what he's told me or taught me and applied it to the instant grits. And the idea is that you just want it to become more and more creamy versus having that gritty consistency that is like overpowering. So that's the basic idea. I do follow the measurements on the back as far as water is concerned. And then if you need to add more water or more butter so that you can continue to stir, then you can do that. But really just follow the directions on the back and just cook it a little longer and make it your own. Breakfast turned out great, tastes really good. Like I said, with my grits, I like to add a little sugar, a little butter, and then my husband, he likes to have a little extra pepper. I know some people like cheese on their grits. I also have had shrimp and grits, but only at a restaurant. I've never made it myself. Let me know if you've had shrimp and grits or how you like your grits or any tips you have for me. Anyways, here it is later on, and here we are getting ready to go see Elmo and Friends. We had such a great time at this show. It was so much fun. My grandsons absolutely loved it. I highly recommend it if you have a child or a grandchild that's like 5 and under. Between the song and the dance, the storyline, the different characters, they really kept at least my grandchildren highly engaged. Plus, it was kind of cool. My oldest son right there, you can see his head. This is the same place that his high school held their high school graduation. So kind of a little reminiscing there 10 years later, or almost 10 years. I can't even believe it. Anyways, I want to thank you so much for coming along with me for my weekend, just seeing a little glimpse into what I do with family and cooking and, you know, your breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You still got to do it even though it's the weekend. Please feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. And I hope to see you in the next one. Thanks for coming along. Give it a thumbs up. Themselves in the mirror. I think they're pretty cute. I agree.